Can y'all hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? I think y'all can. All right, cool. Y'all can hear me. That's what's up. My bad, y'all. The mic was tripping, but I'm about to play some music in the background.
Mike Rowe here.
About to play some music, about to see before I start telling y'all the story, how the group was and all that stuff, man. I'm about to lock in. So let's see. This thing taking forever, man. I'm trying to play some music. All right, here we go. Yeah. All right, y'all. So yeah. All right. So Benjamin, I guess you wanted to shout out. I fell in love. That's your name. You say hi. So I'm saying, what's up, Benjamin? What's going on, man? Make sure you subscribe. If you ain't subscribed, Benjamin, subscribe, like the channel, share it all around. Donation, you can donate to me. I don't mind donation. It'll help the channel, help me grow. But yeah. And if y'all got any questions in the chat, I will see it. So yeah, ask some questions, man. Let me do this right quick. Hey. Gave me life, and that's my testimony. Let me back to the song real quick. In Northeast on 3rd Street and pumping the beach 3-3, yo. 5859546. Don't frown on my crown. And when I put you real good, please don't shut me down. I said, now please don't shut me down. Please don't shut me down. Hey, Gabe, what's going on, Gabe? Hey, I said, now please don't shut me down. Shout out my nephew. He love your streams. His name Gabe. Hey, Gabe, what's going on, Gabe? Gabe, you gotta subscribe, Gabe. And I appreciate the love, y'all. If y'all can, subscribe, man. Share this YouTube, man. Cause I'm about to get into some tea. I said, now please don't shut me down. And I'm gonna play one more song from Insight, man. I'm gonna play one more song from Insight. Hey, this song from Insight is called Love 'Em Anyway. This song hot. Hey. Listen. I hear him talking about me, but it's okay. Cause G.O.D. said love 'em anyway. No make a curse. Even if it really hurt. Bless them, bless them, bless them. Woo! Alright, we're gonna hit this verse and I'm gonna get into it, y'all. Fake friends, fake homies, two-faced it, you straight phonies, backstabbers, all they do is say, la, don't talk about it. I know how it feels too. Ain't no need of faking, baby. I can see the real you. You walking in the flesh. I can see your fruits. Nothing but the truth. God in my family, the only one that's why I'm living comfortably. Misery need company. Hey man, my sister hot man. I'm out on lost some friends, but your girl would never lose sleep. Even if it really hurt. Bless him, bless him, bless him, bless him. Woo! All right, man. That's it, y'all, man. All right, so let's get started, man. So with this that's right, all substance no show. I see we got a fan in the chat. We got a fan, you know, family actually. That's back in the days, man. All substance no show. But so all right, so the good, the bad, the ugly, episode 2 of New Life, Real Life Podcast. Streams from Parallel. That's my brand. That's my whole incorporation that I have going on here. So to piggyback from episode 1, basically, what the good was, I'm gonna start with the good. So from the whole time that I was in the group called 22G Crew, before we became Parallel, after the departure of MVP, we for a whole year we went on a crazy tour. We had events like crazy. When I say in a month, we were probably scheduled to do 10 events. We had a 3-day concert shut in one time. And then we had to go back the week after to do a back-to-back concert sometimes. We had to leave from one event that started at 6 to drive probably 30 minutes or 20 minutes to make it to another event up in Miami that started at 8. So we were on the go, and even though we was tired, fell asleep in the car, but we loved what we did. And we opened up for big time international artists during our tenure. We opened up for Lecrae. It was in Pompano at Rocket Town. We opened up for this rock band. God, my goodness, I forgot their name. I think it was called Abandon. I don't know. We opened up for this group called Group One Crew, because we were 22G Crew, but at that time they were Group One Crew, and they beat Lecrae in the Dove Awards. So in the Music Dove Awards, they was pretty hot. They were called Group One Crew. They broke up as well, but at that time they were Group One Crew, and we opened up for them. We opened up for Lecrae. We did shows with big local artists as well. We went on radio stations. It was a time to be had in the days of 22G Crew. Our crew, let me tell you something. When we hit that stage, actually, let me step back. Before we hit the stage, I would say whoever was behind us in that lineup, they were scared because of what we did on that stage. And when I say scared, I don't mean scared like they don't want to, get near us. Not like that. Scared as in how the heck they're supposed to top that. That's the type of crew we were. When we get on that stage, we are the bar. We were the bar. We didn't set the bar. We were the bar. And we left that stage hot, lit, fire, flames, crazy. So we had the crowd hype. Our music was bumping. The beat was there. The lyrics was fire. We had scriptures in our songs. We brought the spirit of Christ. It was, when I say crazy, y'all can't even imagine the type of group we were in 2010 through 2011. We were that crew. Like, look us up on YouTube. Type in 22G Crew. You got to spell out the 20 TWNTY, the number 2. Put the G dash crew, and you will see our performances. You won't see all of the good ones because at that time it wasn't big to, like, we didn't have the equipment to actually record ourselves and like what I have now in 2025. But we have a few videos of what we did that will give y'all a perspective on how lit we were. So I'm getting a note. Let me see what this note is about. Talk how God chose the group. Talk about the passion for kids. So that's the note I got. All right, so I'm gonna get to that next. So so whoever were behind us when we was on set, the lineup, they could, I'm telling you right now, and I'm not being big headed, but they could not top what we did. We either had to be the last to leave the best impression or the first. But other than that, they did not want to go behind us because we were too lit. We were too crazy. And those were literally good. And as a group, members, we always picked on each other, cracked on each other. The things, what we did on set. My brother always said, "B Ashton," that I had 2 left legs and I can't dance, which was sort of true, but still, I always got down with the get down. You know your boy, man. I'm too lit. Too fresh out here. Um, I also dropped the mic. Oh. Let me say this story. On our first performance, when we did "We All About It," when I talked about it on my first episode, just go back on my first video. I talked about it on my first episode when we first performed "We All About It," and you can actually listen to "We All About It" on YouTube. And I'm just typing "Toronto G Crew We All About It," and you will see us perform "We All About It" if you want to hear that song. But back to the story. So my first event, my first concert, with our first song, me, my brother, my sister, what we wrote, going out there, becoming the rap group. Remember, we were not called 22G Crew at this time. We were just coming out there because we did a song. But my first concert that I did at our church at MEC Ministries, I dropped the mic. I was so embarrassed. I dropped the mic. Literally, whoop! It was so loud, the whole congregation heard it. It was embarrassing, but that didn't faze me. I didn't even care. But I dropped the mic and I got picked on. I got I was getting, making fun of, but it was cool. It was all love. That's what we do as brothers and sisters. We always talked about our sister Amber, how she always drift off doing her own thing, not being in coalition with the group with the dance moves. She was too slow to move. We always joked about our brother Brennan, B Ashton, how he always talked too much. So that's why he was mainly, when you see our performances, he was always the main one talking because he had that gift. But we always, poke fun of that. But it was all in love. It was never to antagonize or hatred. But that's what we did as family and as musicians who was in the group. But so after that performance that we did at MEC, we were trying to come up with a name because as soon as we got done performing, a lady named Tashowi, and she was, I guess, doing an event at Rocket Town in Pompano, and she had an event and she was there at our church. She was just passing by. She wasn't even supposed to go to our church, but she seen it and she wanted to go to church and she stopped by and boom, she witnessed us our first event. We weren't even like, our chemistry wasn't even there yet. But I guess at that time it was so good that she had to have us on her event. So she ran. She's when she told us the story, she ran after us to have to get our contact to want to put us on her event at Rocket Town. And that was our first event ever. The setup was nice. The Rocket Town place was amazing. It was amazing equipment, and we were pretty good. We had a green room, food, fruits, whatever, water. It was good for our first event. We were treated with well respected for what we were at that time. So before we got to the event at the Rocket Town, we were trying to come up with a name to call ourselves for them to call us. And everybody will come up with a name, coming up with a name, but I came up with the name 22G Crew. This is how I did it. Um, the youth concert in 2010, or youth event that we had at church, it was on January the 22nd. And I thought about, okay, the day 22nd, um, this is gospel and we're a crew. So I just literally put that together. I was like, yo, how about 22G Crew? Because we performed on that day. Our ministry started on that day, 22 of January 22, and the G stands for gospel, and that the crew is the crew because we're the crew. So 22G Crew, and that's how we got that name 22G Crew because we were birthed on that day. The G stands for gospel. We rapping the gospel, and yes, and ever since that we carry that name, and that's when we had to recruit back our friend MVP, most vibrant player. He go by the name right now as Victor Cornelius. We had to recruit him back in, include him in the song "We All About It," and we had that show at Rocket Town, and we took off. And ever since that show, people who came to the event had other events going on, and ever since that, our ministry took off, and everybody who had an event going on at that concert at Record Town wanted us at their event, and we will book because every event that we went to, people who had events were coming to these events who wanted us at their events, and we never missed out on events, and that's how we had it rolling, and we took off like a bullet, and we were just thrashing, and those were the good days. Now let's get to we did the good. Let's get to the bad. Whew. So the bad. What should I start? Well, I'm gonna start with me. I'm not gonna talk about my brother. I'm not gonna talk about my sister. And we're not gonna talk about MVP, which is Victor Cornelius. I'm not gonna talk about them. I'm gonna talk about me, which is the bad of what I done in the group and everything. So me, um, during these times in that whole year, I were I was immature in the spirit. It was so much fun. I didn't understand um how important it was to be spiritually mature at that time, and I also wasn't equipped spiritually. Like I was still sipping on milk because I was, I just got saved in 2010 in my senior year in high school. And I'm gonna go a little backstory on that story too, on how I got saved and how I got, started with, my Christ walk and stuff like that. But the bad is this, so I I had a problem with lust, women. Like I was a womanizer. I still have issues to this day. I'm not perfect. I will never be perfect. So that's the thorn in my flesh that I have to deal with and cut off and take out. And like like Yahuwah said, yeah, that his grace is sufficient to keep me. So every day I just gotta repent, do better, become better, and stuff like that. But so some of my issues were me being a womanizer at that time. Um I did let the glam of that spotlight get to me. I was messing with um, plenty woman. I was still fornicating while I was doing music because I didn't really understand how important it is to stay clean while you out there on stages and delivering the gospel. I didn't know how important it was how spirits are transferable with the words you speak, and whatever you've done, it can be transferred into people. So I didn't really understand. I didn't grasp how serious that was at that time. So um, that was a hard lesson learned because during while I was doing all this stuff, fornicating, womanizing, when I was um unaware of what I was doing while I was doing the work of God, because I was young and immature at that time. Um one day, it was a group, me, the group 22G crew, all four of us. We was in a house, in my mom's house. And my mom, she's our momager. She was called the momager, but technically manager. Um but during this time, four of us was in the house at the rehearsal. Um, my our friend, our group member, spent the night. We all spent the night, and that morning when we woke up, our auntie, God gave my auntie a message for us. She literally woke up early in the morning to walk to where we live at, because we stay close to each other, and she walked where we was at, and she came in the morning. All of us were still asleep, and she delivered the message. Um it was like a train coming so close to hitting you, and your heart pounding like thunder, and that feeling, that it was fear, reverence. That's how it was, like tremble. And God told her to tell us that to get right, to be clean, to not do the things of what we were doing while you in ministry. So he was coming to correct us, because he understood as the father that we're children, we're babes. So let me correct my children. Let me send one of my peoples to correct my children. And it happened to be um, our auntie at that time, who was available, who was probably interceding at that time, and he had her available to come deliver that message to 22G crew. And we all were just crying, and we were praying after that whole encounter with my auntie. Um, and ever since that, we took it serious. We added more biblical, we added more scriptures in our music. When we went to church, we actually got the message from whatever our bishop preached, and we made sure we put it in our music. We we got inspiration from the sermon of our bishop. So most of our music came from the sermons of what our bishop preached. And yeah, that's how we took it serious. But here and there, we wasn't perfect along the way after that encounter with our auntie. We wasn't perfect. We still made mistakes here and there. Because we're not perfect, but we made sure we prayed, we intercede, we made sure that we asked for forgiveness, and we kept it pushing every day. Every day we kept it pushing. So the bad, I also had I was messing with a young lady during that whole year. Um I got her pregnant. I had a son. His name is Joshua. Had a son around that time doing ministry. And that was not a good look, of course. He wasn't a mistake, because no baby is a mistake. I shouldn't have done that because I wasn't married. So um I was doing wrong, but I wouldn't call him a mistake. I wouldn't do that. But I shouldn't have done that. I should have been married first. But that happened. So I had a child out of wedlock around that time. And yeah. Um, is that all? What I mean, that's the bad on me. I could say because I won't spill any. I won't tell any of their business or what they did or anything. It's just about me. If they want to come on and say this side of the story, I'll have them on. We can do it like a live guest thing, whatever how they feel, but it's up to them. But for me, yeah. So I was wild, but I learned a lot though. I learned a lot. Um, so the ugly is we made the morning star, Lucifer, the enemy, which is Satan. We made him ugly as ever. We made sure we tore down a lot of his kingdoms when we went to different events. Um, yeah, that's basically it, man. That's the good, the bad, the ugly about this whole story. I don't know what else to think of. I mean, y'all got any questions in the chat if y'all still on. I don't know if y'all still on, but that's probably gonna be it. I'm just here. This is episode 2. Thank you for tuning in. I was supposed to get on at 3 o'clock. I do apologize for that. I was, decorating, doing some stuff to my studio, adding some decorations, trying to make it better, trying to become better, trying to enhance, trying to always be better at my craft. So other than that, pray for me, keep me in your prayers. If you want to donate, um you can donate to my channel, I guess. If you want to know, just set it put in the comments if you want to donate. Just let me know if you want to donate. I'll see you my Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, Chime, whatever you use, Zelle, I have it. Yeah, so again, this is New Life, Real Life Podcast. Welcome to episode 2. And I appreciate you joining. So I'm about to get out of here. And I hope you pray for me as I pray for you. I love y'all. And again, peace. Diehard gamers, have we got a good time? Oh, and yeah, before I go, I do want to say, for my 3rd episode, I was thinking of having a guest. It won't be anything about this group or this story that I'm talking about. It won't be anything about that because this is done. I did part 1 and part 2 of this, but yeah. So I think I'm gonna have on the guest. We're gonna talk about relationships and how she been and everything. It's a friend of mine's when I was living in Indiana at that time. So hopefully she joined. And I'll let y'all know in the posters. Like, comment, subscribe. Wait for my notification. I'll let you know what's up. But other than that, yeah, man. Y'all be blessed. Stay tuned for part 3. Well, and this is part 2. I ain't doing no more. That's it. But stay tuned for episode 3. I may or may not have on the guests. But yeah, man. Peace, man. Your boy Samino. Welcome to New Life, Real Life Podcast. From your boy, Samino. Bishop O-L-K. If the words of my bishop go frown on the ground, and when I teach you real good, please don't shut me down. I said, now please don't shut me down. Shut me down. I said, now please don't shut me down. Shut me down. In the words of my bishop, go frown on the crown, and when I teach you real good, please don't shut me down. I said, now please don't shut me down. Shut me down. I said, now please don't shut me down. Shut me down. Bishop O-L-K. But he's a man of integrity. The Holy Spirit in him. He taught me how to be heavy. No devil in hell can walk on my Jesus and me. M-E-C. And we the trial of the enemy. As Mother Vivian Kim always say, lift up your heads, oh ye gates, and be ye lifted up, you everlasting doors. And the King of glory, he shall be yours. Yours. If the words of my bishop go frown on the ground, and when